Hi, second grade. How are you today? Are you good? I'm great. I'm going to move aside and I'm going to ask you to take a look at my cart and what's around it. What do you see? Do you know what those are? They're not real, but they are stuffed or plush crayons. What do you think the librarian would need with crayons? Got pink and purple and green and blue and yellow and red. You know anything about crayons? Do you like crayons? Well, what do you think I've got in my treasure chest today? I have a box of crayons. Not just any crayons, right? What kind of crayons are they? Crayola crayons. You know, when I was little, Mrs. Johnson was little, oh, it was the biggest deal if you could have a 64 box with its own sharpener in the back. But you can get all sorts of boxes of crayons. You can get 8 and 24 and 16 and 64. And now I think you can even get more. I think you can get like a lot in a box. And so I've got a box of crayons. I've got one that says plum. Ooh, similar to this one. I've got one that says, let's pull this one out. Beautiful. No, beautiful. I've got one that says tickle me pink. I've got one that says forest green. I've got one that says spring green. Oh, right now that's kind of my favorite. So, do you ever think about crayons? And we use them for coloring, we use them for drawing, we use them for artwork. Did you ever think about how crayons were invented? How'd they come about? Melon. You know, when I was little, we had red, green, blue, purple, orange. No fancy names like red violet or apricot or, I love reading these. I'll take one more out. Tan. Right, another one. Turquoise blue. Yeah, just basic colors. How do you think crayons came to be? Whose idea was it anyway? What did they use before they had crayons? Why did they make them those colors? Well, friends, if you move on to the next slide, I'm going to share the story of Crayola crayons. So it really wasn't fair when I said I'm going to share the story. I'm going to share some information about the true story. So, am I going to read an information book or a storybook? Be a little bit different. I'm going to try something different when you move on. So move on to the next slide and see if you knew or what you can learn about Crayola crayons. See you in a minute.